So this movie is a continuation of the last movie, and we were discussing colors. Now, like I said, you will be receiving colors, a lot of colors from your buyers, and it is always good to save it as a library. But what if you, because you're not working on one file, you'll be working on a lot of files, and how to access that particular palette in all your files. So what you do basically is, I would select the color that I want. Like this is the color that it was that I had selected from the last movie. I would first put this in a group, and I can select other colors also. Like suppose I can just so this I'm doing it together with the shift key, and I will go to my third icon from the right, and this is new color group. So I'll just click new and I'll click OK, and this is a color group that has come. Now I want to save this group, so I could do that as an AI file. I'll just save this, save swatch library as AI, and I can go over to my particular file, and I've already saved here, but I'm going to do it again. So this is the palette that I have saved. Now let's say I just want to delete this palette. I can delete it. So I'll just go over to the dash lines and just delete color group, and oh my god, I have deleted it. Now how to access it? It's a good thing that I have saved my file. So what I would do is just go back, go to this bottom library section, go to other library, and I exactly know where my file is. So I go to F drive and color tool 1, that was it, and here is my file. So whenever I click on it, it will come onto my main swatches panel, and I can close this. So this is how you access it. You can go to the new file as well, and here when you go to a new file, you won't find your old palette here, so you can just access it from the library. When you are using it quite often, it often comes here, color tool 1, or you can obviously go the old way, like the original way of actually finding where your color is. So it's always good to maintain a folder for it, a separate folder. And this is color tool 1, click OK. Just click on the folder and it gets attached to your main swatches panel. You can always put a cross in this and you can start your work. So this is about how you save your file here. And there is another thing that I want to talk about is, there are times when while working on Illustrator or you're working on your flats, you don't want a stroke, you want a blank stroke, or you want no fill. So here is something what I have here, and what you can see at the bottom also. So this is a very important key. This is none. This is none key with the / key. That's the short key, and if you see it in the keyboard. So basically what it does is, if I select an object, I can click if I don't want any fill on it. So right now my fill is active, so I can just click on the none key. So right now you see an empty window, so it's actually empty as there's nothing on it. And if I don't want any kind of stroke in this, so what I would do is make my stroke active first and then click on the none key. So this makes my there is no stroke. So this is kind of very handy, and it's always good to actually work on it. But if you are there are certain mistakes also that happen, like you always tend to work like this, and when you're working like this, you won't be able to see anything. so you actually feel that you haven't drawn anything, but when I move my cursor around it, you see there's an invisible line here, so there is something actually drawn. So you tend to draw again and again because you feel you're working on nothing. So you better be careful about that, and whenever that happens, it's always good to go back to your D key, that is the default, to bring back your white fill and the black stroke. So I just go back to my original drawing. Now let me just put a stroke to this. I'll put a red stroke, and now you see when I did that none in this and I put a red stroke on it, it gave me a default 1 point. So it would always do that. So you can bring back to 6 points if that's your wish. Okay, and there is a way of copying this weight and the color to your second object. Like, how do you copy it? So basically what you need to do is, first with your black arrow key, you need to select the object. Suppose this is what I want to copy, the yellow fill and the red stroke. I would go over to my eyedropper tool, and the shortcut to that is I. So I just put my eyedropper here because this is what I want to copy, and I select it, and I exactly get the same thing. I get a yellow fill and a red stroke. So basically this is how you copy. Now now there is one more very important thing. Now it's always good to learn it. Let's suppose I have no fill in my filling, but I have a stroke line. Now there are times it happens that you're trying to move the object but you're not able to move it. So when this happens, it's always good to click on the stroke, because obviously when you see the stroke, it's always good to see your bottom toolbar, where it kind of says what is filled and what is there, and you can just move it around like that. So this is an important note, and with this note we will continue with the next movie, and I will talk about reflect key.